tonight and receive this award. And I'd really like to thank the judges and the sponsors, Rural Women New Zealand, and I'd also like to thank my girlfriend, and I have to clarify my support person because I'm not sure what the term for girlfriend is, but Kirsten here, who's come to support me tonight. I've had a few raised eyebrows when we've introduced her already. She's actually filling in the gap for a bloke that let me down, but you get that. There's a few of them around, isn't there? No offence to the lovely ones that are in the audience here tonight. But it's such a thrill to be recognised amongst your peers here and amongst such good finalists. Gosh, we've had some great presentations already, and so my congratulations to the other lovely ladies who have also entered and who have won their awards already. These things are always such a great self-review exercise, and I really urge everybody who has the opportunity to have a go, no matter what the outcome. And for my outcome tonight, I'm delighted because I get to show off my dress because I received the notification that I was in the finals, and I've got this dress. I actually had to take the ticket off it tonight to put it on, and then I received more details about the evening tonight, and it said, because where else could you wear a dress like this? And I thought, awards ceremony, you never know. And then it came out and it said, the details of the dinner and the awards ceremony, dress, smart, day wear. I was like, never mind, she'll be right. So I wore it anyway. And then, but then my bubble was burst just a little bit because Kirsten dressed up well as well, and we ended up sitting next to Right Honourable Bob Parker and his wife, and she said, "Are you girls the entertainment?" And I'm like, "Oh, sort of. What do you mean?" She said, "Are you the singers?" And I'm like, "Oh, we probably haven't had enough Lindau yet, but give us a chance and we'll get there." But anyway, thank you very much, Rural Women, for the chance, and thank you also Flybys, because I love flybys. It's really good. You feel like you're spending not real money and getting really good stuff. So thank you very much, Flybys. Now, I'd like to tell you about my business, Agri-Lab Co-Products. I've got, let's have our fingers crossed and see if this actually starts. It's just going to run along with some pictures in the background and show you a little bit about Waipukurau and what my business is, which is we process animal offals into pharmaceutical and nutraceutical ingredients that are used for medical devices and drug manufacturers and cosmetic ingredients. And it started off in Waipukurau. My youngest child was a baby in the backpack when I started building the premises. I'd ended up a solo mother. That's another story. A lot of people will be able to say, can see why. But anyway, having a baby in the backpack when I was building the factory and building the business was a huge advantage because there was so much that I couldn't do because of this baby, plus a toddler, plus another child at school. And so I had to engage other people or bring other people into the equation to get things done because I couldn't do it myself, because I didn't want to farm my kids out to daycare centres and things like that all the time, so I wanted them to be around. I did use a lot of daycare, but not all the time. But what happened was that my business grew with me being able to use other people and teach other people various processes that came about through my veterinary nursing training. They've grown up a bit. And then as the boys grew older, I ended up with a whole lot of extra free time, and I was always able to work on the business rather than in the business. And I know that's a real cliche, but it really is true that if you get time to look at the marketing side and the growth and the research and development side, rather than stuck in the actual hands-on manufacturing, then that's where I was able to achieve the growth. I still do have a very significant hands-on role, but it's more on the research and development side or in the sort of overall management and just making sure that everything runs smoothly. But I do feel here that I'm preaching to the converted in lots of ways because there's many successful business owners here. But I just wanted to give some of you a few take-home messages rather than just talk about offals. And I warn you, sorry you've had dinner, but there is going to be a few squeamish photos pop up, but just avert your eyes momentarily of the product. Oh, there's one of the products that we do process here. One of the foundations or pillars of the business is the goddess principle. And every woman in this room is a goddess, and we treat ourselves as goddesses. And what that means is that I come first. My health comes first, and my sleep comes first, and my family comes first. And it's about saying no to people who demand too much of your time and investing in yourself and in your business. And by that, I've been able to invest in so much more and do more good for other people and employ more people, because the growth of the business has been successful, because I haven't allowed myself to get too tired and stressed and run down, and all the things that actually pull businesses down, especially businesses that are run by family women. So one of my mottos is, it doesn't all have to be done today. And I actually have that written down on my computer. And another key part of the business success has been our employment philosophies, which are about being fair to others and employing people on a really fair and flexible employment basis. And so we have a really loyal team. We have a changing staff. The majority of the staff that work for my business are, it's a step along the way, and that's not a career choice for them. They will work there until something else comes along, but it's a great stepping stone along the way. And so we have people that go on to all sorts of different careers as a result. But the main philosophy, I don't even feel like I work. I really enjoy what I do. And the key for me is just to do what you do well, and be prepared to cut losses along the way. In some cases, there's people too. But hence the vacancy for Kirsten tonight. But there's lots of things that come up during business time. And I find that sometimes you have these rush jobs and people place demands on your time, and it's like the more urgent that someone wants something delivered, the more Mickey Mouse that company actually turns out to be to deal with, because professional companies have structure. They don't try and rush you through everything. You actually, you get your contracts in place, you have your specifications developed properly. Slow things down and get it right is probably something that I've really learnt the hard way. I've also learnt that it's really important to discard uncomfortable clothes. There's nothing worse than working all day in an uncomfortable bra or a terrible pair of undies, just because they might have cost $20 and you can't bring yourself to get rid of them. Get rid of them, because your day is so much better when you get rid of the uncomfortable things in your life, whether they be uncomfortable underwear, uncomfortable people to work with, uncomfortable products in your product range. Just make life a bit better. Certainly during the rapid growth in my business, so I started the business alone, and the single status certainly helped, because there were many risky times during the business growth when I was able to, I felt like I was walking along the Grand Canyon just on a beam or something like that, and you could sort of walk along, you could see where you're going, and you can sort of keep your balance without someone saying, oh, it's a bit far down there, or watch out, you might fall, or there's a wind coming. All those negative forces weren't coming into me, and so I was able to stay focused on the goal and sort of walk that path and get there. As I say, working from home allowed me to combine work and business, and because it's an export-based business, we're working across a lot of different time zones, and we also, in the early days, my cash flow was very, very tight. I was funding projects and funding things with GST refunds. Now, you understand that if you get a GST refund, it means that you've spent more than you've earned, and also you get tax refunds. That means you lost money, not made money. But to start off with, that does provide cash flow, and also you can use your flybys to buy office equipment and other bits and pieces. It really got things going. So, every dollar saved is a dollar you didn't have to spend. And now, the business is very successful and profitable, but I still measure the value of every dollar and make sure that everything's a good investment. I'm really, really lucky in that my business is market driven. I don't have to try and sell anything. The markets that we deal in, they come to us and they want my products, placenta in particular, and we've had huge growth in that since it became known that Posh Spice uses our placenta products on her face and in her skincare products, and that's really been a big driver. And we have farmers that collect placenta for us. We buy it from them, and we process it at our factory into products that go to other marketing products. We don't do the retail marketing, we just do the manufacturing. Lastly, the profits from my business, as they've started to accumulate, have gone into, I've used it to invest in property. And to this date, I started with nothing. I originally had, my first capital came from when I was farming with my husband. We had a cow herd, beef cow herd, and when we divorced or separated, we split the cow herd in half, and he bought my half out, and it was when it was the peak of the beef market. Couldn't have been better. He's lost so much money since, but anyway. Bugger. But anyway, I had enough to build the factory and get started. And I earned every cent that I got out of that cow herd, so I have no problems with that. But I put, my profits went into debt reduction and then also into property investment. So I've accumulated now 17 rural and 17 residential and commercial properties, and those provide significant leverage now to be able to continue to grow the business. So throughout the highs and lows of all the financial markets, and there were much better investments here and there and everywhere, I found that investing in residential and commercial property meant that my money just couldn't get taken off me. It might go up and down on paper, but it's still there, and it's been really, really good investment. So I urge people to have a look at that. That's all I've got time for, I think. Thank you.
Thank you.